Welcome to my channel, C.S. Lewis Spirit. Imagine this for a moment. What if the world you see around you is not the whole story? What if behind every quiet moment, every struggle, every whisper of fear, there is another world just as real as this one? A world unseen by human eyes. A world where angels and demons watch, move, and even influence the choices we make. Most people go about their lives unaware, thinking battles only exist in wars, politics, or personal struggles. But the greatest battles often happen in silence. Battles of the soul, battles of light and darkness. And tonight, we step into that hidden war. In this story, we're not just looking at myths or legends. We're stepping into the reality of unseen spiritual battles. The kind of battles angels and demons see every day. Angels, messengers of light, guardians of truth, stand on one side. Demons, masters of deception, shadows that feed on fear, stand on the other. And caught in the middle is humanity. You, me, all of us. Our choices echo into that unseen world in ways we cannot imagine. Think of the last time you felt weighed down by thoughts you couldn't explain, or a sudden sense of hope and peace when you needed it most. What if that wasn't random? What if, behind the curtain of this visible world, someone was fighting for you or against you? That is the story we begin to uncover. The ancient writings speak of it often, how the heavens are alive with movement, how angels serve as protectors and messengers, and how demons seek to twist, deceive, and destroy. These aren't just distant figures from an old book. They are part of an invisible reality, watching, waiting, and at times moving closer than we think. When you walk into a dark room and feel more than just silence, when temptation presses in at your weakest point, when courage rises in your heart at the very moment you need it, that is where the unseen battle becomes real. But what do angels truly see when they look at us? And what do demons whisper as they gather in the shadows? Tonight's journey will open a door to that very question. We will not just talk about spiritual battles. We will walk into a story where you can almost feel the clash of wings, the trembling of the unseen ground beneath us, and the tension of decisions that shift the balance. As the story begins, imagine a single soul standing at a crossroads. He cannot see them, but around him, angels and demons are watching. Every choice he makes becomes a spark in that invisible battlefield. Light and shadow circle him, waiting, anticipating, pushing and pulling. The battle is not distant. It is here. It is now. And what happens next will reveal what angels and demons truly see. The man at the crossroads does not know what surrounds him. To his eyes, the night is quiet, the air still, and his path empty. But beyond what he can see, the tension is fierce. Angels stand watch, their presence steady, carrying the light of hope that whispers into his weary heart. Demons lurk close, their voices sharp and persuasive, tempting him to give up, to fall into despair, to believe that he is alone. This is the conflict hidden from the human eye, the unseen spiritual battle that rages not only over nations and kingdoms but over single choices, over the heart of one person. Every decision carries weight in this invisible struggle. A small act of kindness, a moment of forgiveness, a prayer whispered in the dark. These are not just human actions but sparks of light in the unseen world. And on the other side, anger, fear, and hopelessness feed the shadows, giving strength to those who seek to destroy. The man feels the pull of both, though he cannot explain it. His mind tells him one thing, his heart pulls another, and the unseen world leans in closer. In the silence of this struggle, angels are not passive. They fight to protect, to strengthen, to guide without forcing the will of the man. Demons twist every doubt, magnify every fear, and whisper lies in the quiet corners of his soul. The conflict is not just around him, it is within him. He feels restless, unsettled, as though something waits just beyond the edge of his thoughts. And while he does not know it, the unseen battlefield is watching closely, for his next step will shift the balance. What he chooses will determine which side gains ground in this hidden war. The night grows heavier around the man, though nothing has changed in the world he can see. The road is still empty, the sky still dark, yet something inside him tightens as though an unseen hand presses against his chest. He hesitates at the crossroads, feeling the weight of a choice he does not fully understand. His thoughts scatter, one moment filled with sudden hope, the next consumed by doubt so strong it nearly bends him. The unseen battlefield grows louder, though his ears cannot hear it. Angels draw nearer, light flickering like fire in the dark, urging him toward courage. Demons close in, their shadows wrapping around his mind, whispering that he is weak, forgotten, and alone. The conflict is no longer distant. It is pressing into every heartbeat. The man's steps falter as he senses the pull from both sides. He remembers moments of kindness that once lifted him, memories of peace that felt like a touch from heaven. But then come the voices of failure, reminders of pain, and the cold weight of despair. The unseen war intensifies, and it is as though all creation is holding its breath, waiting for what he will do next. Far above, the angels stand ready, wings stretched wide, prepared for a clash that will echo through eternity. In the shadows, demons sharpen their lies, eager for one crack in his heart to open the door. The air trembles, though the man does not see it. His hand shakes as if he is reaching for something beyond himself, something just out of sight. And in that fragile moment, the battlefield leans closer, 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 until it feels as if heaven and hell themselves are pressing in, waiting for a single decision that could shift the unseen war forever. Just as the man steadies himself, trying to silence the storm inside, something shifts. The darkness no longer feels like empty night. It feels alive, pressing in closer than before. He hears nothing, yet the silence grows so heavy that it almost rings in his ears. For the first time, he senses he is not alone, though his eyes cannot see what surrounds him. What he doesn't realize is that the unseen battlefield has changed. The angels who stood watching now brace themselves, for a new presence has entered. This is not just another whisper from the shadows. This is something stronger, something that carries the weight of an ancient struggle. The stakes have risen, and the war over his soul has grown more desperate. The man feels the urge to turn back, to escape the crossroads, but something roots his feet in place. Fear grips him, yet within that fear flickers a strange awareness, as if his choice is no longer just about himself. Unknown to him, the unseen battle is drawing in others. Every step he takes will ripple outward, touching the lives of people he doesn't even know. Angels see the threads stretching far ahead, while demons hunger to twist those threads into ruin. Suddenly, the conflict is no longer only about his survival. It is about the future of many. As the pressure builds, the whispers in his mind change. They are no longer just shadows of fear. They take on the voices of people he once trusted, reminding him of betrayal, loss, and pain. The lies grow sharper, crafted to pierce the deepest wounds in his heart. Yet just as the weight nearly overwhelms him, another presence brushes against his spirit. It is not a voice but a quiet strength, a light that pushes gently against the dark. The clash between these forces grows violent in the unseen realm. Wings clash with shadows, truth collides with deception, and the man stands at the center of it all, unaware of how close the two worlds have drawn. Then, in a moment that feels like time itself is holding still, the air changes again. The battle is no longer hidden. For one heartbeat, the veil between the seen and unseen trembles, thinner than ever before. The man lifts his eyes, sensing something just beyond his reach. And what waits?